Hey Legionnaires, and welcome back to a 12-12 AD Siege battle for you today, and we have a glorious 4v3 for you here today. England is outnumbered, but they have a strong defense here at Bordeaux, and they are preparing to take on 4 French and Burgundian armies here. We have 2 French armies and 2 Burgundian armies as well. Burgundy used to be a loyal ally of England and now has turned coat and has joined the rivals of England, France. And yes, we do have a very well upgraded English garrison I've seen. Some of these English foot knights, silver chevrons on these guys here. It's all tier 1 stuff I've seen so far in this replay. So it should be a fun one, a nice battle to see, like early period units. I always enjoyed them. I think it's one of my favorite periods, to be honest. I think early period, maybe mid tier. I'm not too fan of late tier because most of them are all just in a certainly for the European factions, are all in just like plate armors. It's kind of hard to distinguish like factions and sides. But you know, in like the earlier periods, you got like some really fancy, cool looking uniforms, like these knights here, which look awesome. And we've actually got, you know, like William Marshall's emblem back there. I just realized as well, with the yellow and the green and the red line. That's very, very cool. If you don't know who William Marshall is, very famous English knight. But it does look like the English aren't going to be defending the walls in this one here. It looks like they are going to be defending sort of like the upper citadel and lower parts of the town. Still at least defending Bordeaux's cathedral by the looks of it, you know, as I guess maybe England's like, you know, trying to escape, you know, like all these troops here. You can imagine like actually trying to dock on, and it's like a last stand by some of the English troops as they try to evacuate Bordeaux and Aquitaine and maybe all of France. There was a siege of Bordeaux in like the late period of the 100 Years' War. You could argue it's like an early period, or like 100 Years' War siege, where like England has taken Bordeaux and France is trying to recapture it or something like that. So if you wanted some role play, I know some people like some sort of like context for battles. Some people just want to see a load of bloodshed, and don't worry, the bloodshed will be starting soon. I imagine it's going to be a pretty fun and intense battle, especially for England, because it's they're down an army pretty much. I don't know if they were just short players or they fancy to challenge the defenders. But yeah, we've got 3 defenders. Go up against 3 attackers. I imagine that the defenders have a lot more money to spend, so that's why they probably have full stacks, and this is why I have all these silver chevrons on units. It's pretty incredible. I mean, like, I think every English unit has a silver chevron on it. And we've got, yeah, King's Bodyguard, lots of like shock infantry, but the axe sergeants, they're not like foot chevaliers that you get later on. They are just axe sergeants. So nothing too exciting. Really, the really heavy hits, I think, are going to be the English foot knights and any cav as well, of course. I imagine we do have some longbows. I've seen a lot of, yeah, a lot of longbows just dotted around. So yeah, obviously the English have brought their famous longbows to the battlefield. They're going to try and dominate the ranged fight, I imagine. The crossbows of France and Burgundy certainly. I mean, they can arc. That's the thing. Oh, we have Toulouse here as well. I'm a lion. We have a Toulouse here as well. So we have. Do we have 1 Burgundy and then 2 Toulouse? We have 2 French, Toulouse, and a Burgundy, I think. Yeah. So we actually have every French faction. I was wrong. Yeah, we have a whole load of crossbows. The thing is now that crossbows can arc, so like sort of the disadvantage of bringing them isn't really there, and like the sort of the advantage England gets. I feel like English longbows need to be probably buffed a bit just to try and make them a little bit more like useful. I don't know. I just feel like you can bring a crossbow, it gets armor penetration, and it arcs. Well, look, I don't think longbows really get the AP sort of damage, while they also just arc. They have better range, I think. I can't remember, to be honest. The longbows here, though, are focusing on that spear routier. They should easily kill that. I actually like this angle we're watching from right now. It's very cool, very cinematic. Just see the men dropping down as the longbows, you know, take cover behind the crenellation, then just blast away. And it looks like, by the sounds of it, more towers being destroyed. So I think they're just trebuchets are destroying towers, and the English knights have actually managed to get a good charge off here. They've got a very good charge off there onto a French foot chevalier. Oh, it was a dismounted chevalier from Burgundy, in fact. But yeah, Burgundy landing some troops, and he's done the foolish thing of landing no spears first. You should always land spears, especially in this scenario where, like, there's no resistance on the walls. If there is resistance on the walls, yeah, swords and shock, I'd land first. But if there is no resistance, it means that the players are probably going to try this strategy of charging you with cavalry, and doing a significant amount of damage to your infantry, and it can be pretty devastating. This isn't really there isn't a great counter at the moment inside the walls for Burgundy. He's got no spears. The shot could do some damage to these axe sergeants here, but again, they're pretty vulnerable to a head-on charge from Cav, and I'm surprised the Cav's not gone on for another charge there, really. There are a couple of crossbows nearby, but still not worth, still not like that much. Oh, and it looks like, in fact, the Cav wants to go out and rout this spear routier. Honestly, I think the routier is not going to be able to knock down the gate anyway. I think the towers would have dealt with them. But there you go. I mean, now he can come back inside and keep just charging around, doing as much damage as possible. That's what he needs to do. It does look like the rest of Burgundy and Toulouse is going to get in through this gate just fine. The tower's been destroyed here, so they're not going to have too much resistance. They are losing a lot of casualties, though, Toulouse, to the walls being collapsed. So these axe sergeants taking a lot of casualties here. Look at that, 98 out of 160 left. And the other French player now landing as well. He's taking some casualties with some of these Swiss pole arms. That could be from towers collapsing, or just from archer fire, like from arch fire or towers. I mean, I'd start firing if I was these longbows into these Swiss pole arms here. Just do as much damage as you can. They're out in the open. The first thing through the gate, and he sends some pole arms in. This is an easy target for these longbows. See, here we go. The arrows are coming. There you go, straight into the pole arms. Very nice target. That's a decent amount of damage. They've lost 40 men now. I mean, there's going to be a lot of AP as well done to that. And archers now being moved forward by the French. I guess maybe try and duel with the longbows. I don't think they'll have the advantage. The longbows have probably got better rate of fire. It looks like we're going to see spear sergeants coming inside. I mean, there's a whole obstacle course they've got to get through first. Spike stones and stakes. Then there's a spear line of spear routiers as well. Routiers are like bandits, basically. I remember they're like hired bandits, basically what they are. Oh, the Cav is actually sallied out again into the crossbows and spears out here. So it's a hard combination. Yes, they are trying to cut down these. I think they're trying to get rid of the crossbows. We haven't done a lot of damage. Medium crossbow infantry, they actually managed to do okay and withstand the charge. I also think they would maybe try to deal with. I don't know what they're trying to kill off, but I think that was a poor move there from the English knights. They really need to get back inside and charge these axe sergeants while they can. They should just stay inside the city. They don't need to sally out. The Cav here can do a lot of damage to the French Chevaliers. There you go. A side charge into these axe sergeants here. That'll do some good damage. And that's what the Knights of England need to be doing. Really nice, really nice. That is going to devastate. And there you go. That unit's wavering. That's another dead Burgundian unit for it. If the Cav gets like 200 kills, I think that's pretty good. I mean, they could just rout this unit here. And look, France now providing ample targets. I'd be charging into this. I'd be going straight down. I'd be like, let's get rid of these guys. Let's do as much damage as possible. Also, I'd be getting my longbows into overtime right now, killing these guys. This is 3 units of axe sergeants here you can take out. It's a lot of shock infantry. And they're only medium shock infantry. You probably can beat them with swords as well. But just use your arrows on these guys. Like, it's perfect. I mean, pole arms as well you want to save ammo for, but yeah, you want to get rid of these guys. It looks like they're going to try and hold the gate. How the English foot knights, they look like they were going to, but they've changed their minds. And over on the other side over there, we have actually seen a bit of an engagement. We have Toulouse sending in some axe sergeants against the spear routiers. Toulouse and England probably are a little bit, confusing to see fighting each other. They're both fighting red. They are now just battling away. I mean, England has also gone in over, France has also gone in over here. Has gone in pole arms first. This is really ballsy from France. I mean, it's not really, because they're not exactly really elite ones. But to send in pole arms first is bizarre. They're usually a prized item you hold on to for later on. So England had to respond by sending in some of his own, which I guess in a way is quite good for France. They forced England to send in his own billman, which they have a lot less. And artillery coming in there. Oh, jeez. That definitely did some friendly fire. You can see the flames there around the English lines. But they also did hit some of the Frenchmen. I don't think it's a big enough... Well, maybe it is a big enough blob to hit. I don't know. They're not exactly excellent units. There's foot chevalier in there, but I wouldn't worry too much. The longbows here doing their work, absolutely annihilating these archers of the French, as you expect. They are second to none of the English longbows, and yeah, see, they're getting outgunned. Look at this. There's 4 units of English longbows here, just focusing down that area. Yeah, these spear routiers. I mean, the French player here has pulled through, which is just shameful to start with. But yeah, the spear routiers here are about to waver and break. I mean, that's just kind of a bit shameful. This is why it's like pulling through like not okay, because you just route units like that, you get behind it, then do morale damage, and the unit breaks a lot quicker. It's what people ask, like, oh, why is pulling through bad? That's why, because it then just makes like, why defend basically? You just, oh, what's the point? If you're just gonna pull through my defenses, I just won't set up and defend. Just leave the game. They also are fighting over here. It's not really a place they really desperately need to defend is this choke point here. It makes it like side shot options here for the English longbows. Again, they're getting through their ammo though. They're like already less than half of their ammo left. It'd be interesting to see whether they brought more out archers, because the attackers will outnumber them when it comes to archers because they have the extra army. Usual rules are like 4 range max, but maybe for the English it'll be like 5 range, so they could bring an extra one and even out if they wanted to. I don't know, we'll see. I mean, the English longbows are really good that they could just focus down the Frankish archers here and just like kill them all off. Are they? I think they are. The French are trying to shoot these longbows, but they just missed and hit the building here. We are using the custom cities submod as well, as you can see. That's why we have this beautiful looking, unique looking city. It is Bordeaux, and yeah, it's a really cool one. France over here has really gone in as well hard. Lots of units being thrown in. All those axe sergeants that we saw earlier, like the 3 units, they're slowly getting committed. One's already routed, or routing. The other's getting shot for free. They're trying to break through a spear and a polearm line. Yeah, we have some Gazette arm routiers there, and you can see, look at that, axe sergeants dropping. Less than 110 of them now. Really good targets, really good shots from the English longbows so far. The crossbows seem like they're struggling to get into position. Genoese crossbows are now setting up on this wall up here. And they're going to, it looks like, fire. I think they're going to try and go down this wall, and they're going to try and shoot into the spears and the polearms here, which is not bad. But like a bad idea. But England can just fall back a little bit further and just make that a little bit harder for the crossbows to get a flanking shot there if they want to. It does seem as though England's spears are losing, probably against the shock. But their knights are doing okay. They're holding the line quite nicely. Hold on, boys, for king and country, etc. Another assault course of deployables set up over here. We've got stakes and sharp stones, which slow down cavalry, and obviously stakes very much slow down cavalry, so there won't be any of that going on there. But it looks like we're just going to see the crossbow sergeants here form up, and they're just trying to blast their way through the spear routiers. Don't know if it's a great use of ammo. That's a better use shooting these longbows, though. They can obviously be a pest. There's still a couple of units of longbows here that have been kept in reserve with max ammo, and the cap point is just outside the citadel by the looks of it. So that's okay. That's why Bordeaux is probably a decent map to play on, because well, the final cap point is not inside that tiny little citadel, which would make it pretty much impossible for the French to take, which I'm glad to see that it's outside. Good shots here by the artillery into the longbows here, burning a lot of these longbowmen. I mean, imagine being a longbowman. You've just been called up for, you know, like, you've been farming maybe earlier in the year, and then you got called up to go and fight in France, and you just get hit by a trebuchet and burnt alive. Be a bad way to go. They are like they're shooting the units on the walls. These arbalestiers here, the crossbows for Toulouse are getting outgunned right now. So yeah, the mass formation of the longbows over here is doing a really good job, just killing any sort of key unit that the attackers might want to use very, very quickly. I mean, the longbows here are getting hit hard though by artillery. This is the problem. This is the payoff. We'll see whether they get hit here. Oh yeah, a couple more, but not. It's not an effective way to destroy these longbow units is by using trebuchets. That's for sure. They're better just trying to get their own archers to do the job, and all the crossbows. A breakthrough here though. This center point has been broken, and as you can see, I mean, now there's options for the cav here. We've got the Toulousian Chevaliers. They can charge into these swords here. It looks like they're going to get backed up by English knights shortly. We'll see whether they risk it. I mean, the cav, I don't think it's going to be too useful for the attackers, so a quick charge here from Toulouse to charge into that sword might be a good idea. Weaken it up, or we might see the French Chevaliers go for it because they're a bit weaker.
Run from the enemy! This is shameful!
We will see. There's a lot of cav being brought by the attackers. But I guess they're France, you know, they love their cav. That's why they lost battles like Crécy and Agincourt. They just love cav so much. And we still not seen a charge there. The spears here are actually beating the dismounted Chevaliers of Toulouse. I'm surprised. I think it's archer support. That's why they're winning it. And England's actually trying to counter charge down this hill. Look at this. He's throwing a lot of resources in here. We've got 4 units of English foot knights and then also some spear routiers. A very aggressive push. But yes, if you're enjoying seeing 1212 AD on the channel, would like to see some more, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, guys. And feel free to leave a comment as well if you've got any sort of battles you'd like to see in particular. We are trying to do a couple more sort of like 1212 AD historical battles. I've got a 100 Years War scenario planned to come up very shortly, so you might see that on the channel in the near future. And if you want to send in any of your replays or get involved in a 1212 AD battles yourself, if you're like, I really love this mod and I'm struggling to find games, feel free to join my Discord. The link's down below in the description. You're more than welcome to join. And yeah, if you've got any replays you want to send in to have featured on the channel, my Discord's also the place to send them into. Bit of a crush in there. There's your axe sergeants rejoining that fight. We've even got crossbows with full ammo being thrown in. I think that must be a misclick by the French player there. Got the Sergeant at Arms, one of my favourite looking French units. I think I prefer the tier 2, but this one's looking pretty cool as well. They're like all in like the fleur de lis. Very, very cool. Fighting against pole arms though, they're probably just going to get themselves shish kebabbed here. I think it's also an extra large unit. Oh no, it's slightly smaller actually, 140, so it's quite the opposite. It's slightly smaller than a typical sort of like, no, the French Chevaliers are 140 as well. Okay, fair enough, I take it back. I think maybe it's smaller than a sergeant, but like a typical sergeant unit, but maybe I'm wrong there too. Yeah, because like a pole arm's 160 really. Like most of the longbows 130. But you can see here, oh, look at this English front lines. I think they might have accidentally pulled through. Like not on purpose, but just like they were attacking another unit. That went from just like, that dropped in numbers there really quickly. And the pole arms also fighting in here. We've got, that's definitely obscuring an advantage to the French sort of alliance. Crossbows still firing up here, trying to duel with these longbows. I mean, I wouldn't bother shooting these longbows so much. They're nearly out of ammo. I just let them use what ammo they have left. It'll obviously inflict a bit more casualties, but no point shooting archers that are nearly out of ammo, I feel like. Here we go, we've got a cav charge coming in. Kind of rear charging his own men though. He's trying to get these longbows. I mean, what is happening? There is a sword line here. English front knights are losing. Probably maybe because of that little cav charge a little bit. Can't imagine it's the spear routiers that are causing these guys to lose. And I think the cav is pulling through. Needs to be careful. Doesn't want to do that. I think that's also causing the infantry to lose quite a bit. Axe sergeants going in also will be on a charge, won't be helping. This is just a lot of units in here that are, you know, defeating that spear unit. But I mean, that sword unit. I think they have pulled through though. Because I don't know how these spear routines would have otherwise got behind. The French player needs to be careful just pulling through. It's a bit cheesy, a bit cheeky. Again, more crossbows going into melee. I think this is a full-on commit by the Burgundian player. He's just like, yeah, I'm just sending them in. I can't imagine that all of these units... Well, actually, maybe if they were dueling with the longbows here, maybe, and they've fallen back, maybe they did just get accidentally dragged into melee. But he needs to be paying attention. This micro is pretty poor there. He's not realizing all of his units are... all these crossbow units are stuck in melee. Over on this side here, we made another sort of mistake by the French. Sorry, they've got pole arms and spears in here, man. You're setting in French Chevalier Knights. Might have done initially some damage on the charge, but they are going to be slaughtered by the pole arms. Absolutely slaughtered.
Men are running. Stand and fight, damn you!
England putting up a good defense so far. I mean, England's numbers are 5,800, and they're against 6,000. I think it was 6,700. Yeah, so there's about 1,000 man difference at the moment. You got to think a lot of those men that they are keeping, well, out of those 1,000, a lot of them will be cav. It seems like there's a lot of cav being brought here. Like, I just think Chevalier's been thrown in by Burgundy. What's happening? Why? Burgundy's pulled through. Come on. A lot of pulling through going on. One goes in combat with the ammo. Why? I don't know. Yeah, there's a fair bit of pulling through going on. A little like sort of fight going on there. Just a little enclave.
Men are running, cowards!
So they're falling back, at least the cav is, at least. That's good to see. Seeing more archers getting sent in. There's archers with ammo breaking, that's not so great, but archers, yeah, being sent in with... I mean, they might have one volley left in them, but if shock infantry, I was going to say, send that in first. Keep the archers, let them use all their ammo. That's what they're there for. Oh, what has gone on here, though? What? They broke through the spear in the polearm line with cav? I mean, they definitely pulled through that spear. The French there as well. But no matter, they're through now. I mean, now there's pole arms waiting anyway, so it's still a very tough unit for the cav to try and even break through. There's crossbows up here on the wall. They're going to need to get being removed. You're going to have to send archers in that direction, but they don't seem to have many units with their ammo left to the English. They've got, looks like a longbow unit here, but that's busy firing on the front lines. Looks like it's shooting into all of the axe sergeants here, which is not a bad target. Dropping these guys pretty effectively. Over on this side, England's still, you know, holding quite near the front line. This, I think, France can flank around a bit, so I wouldn't say this is so much of a pull through. This one looks a bit more like they have actually got themselves encircled legit.
This bodes well.
English and French knights actually are kind of hard to differentiate. They have very similar, I mean, everyone's just in very colourful colours, so it's kind of hard to differentiate what's going on here. They are still fighting on here hard. And here, artillery as well landing around us. How much? I presume it's the English trebuchet is firing in. I think it might have just run out of ammo that very second. I don't know if there's any more trebuchets. It doesn't look like it. So the English trebuchet is out of ammo. Hopefully it's got a lot of kills. Pole arms here about to go into the fight. And they are winning. No surprise there. We've got shock infantry going in as well. Don't know why they're sending these guys in. Maybe after the archers, which is not a bad target actually. These archers here just getting caught out.
Unit is running
so that was kind of poor micro there from the French, not realizing that was going to happen. There's a an English general here that you can just shoot if they wanted to. Yeah, looks like the English have been forced back from here, and I wonder whether this will be one of their more costly mistakes. The English, there's a lot of dead Englishmen down here by the looks of it. See a lot. I mean, there's also Burgundy are in red as well, hence the name Burgundy, I guess. Yeah, so it's kind of hard to tell who's a who's. I think, to be fair, both sides have got a lot of losses, but Burgundy's still got a lot of dismounted chevaliers they can send in if they want to. See what they do. Look at this. Look at this line of like axemen here, waiting, bracing, preparing for the inevitable. Yeah, send up those crossbows. Actually, they've just died. Send up something. Let those axemen have some fun. England's still holding fairly well here. I'm actually mostly worried about this side. Yeah, I didn't think these polearms were going to stand their ground against the archers there. And it actually looks like French chevaliers might get in behind the polearms here. Look like they're having some joy. We're going to have to see some English cav go round the back here and deal with the French chevaliers. We might get a charge off. They might try and get a side charge off into some of these English foot knights. We'll see. King's bodyguard and also English knights. Yeah, and here we go. A charge from the French coming on in. Oh, and England actually, I think, just about saved that. I think the cav just came back down this English knight here, and it looks like they're going to mess these guys up. But like all the extra money that I imagine England's got, like France have still got like triple bronze chevron units. So they've obviously it's a high like price game. There's a lot of money going around both sides. But for having an outnumbered, like being outnumbered from the start, having one less army, England's put up a good fight so far. It looks like yeah, Burgundy's falling back from here. Actually, their swords are taking a bit of a rest. Toulouse is sending in his polearms. They're dying. They're a little English foot knight unit. And there's a dismounted French chevalier that's managed to get in here. That doesn't look legit either. I'm not sure. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. It's kind of hard to tell. It might have snuck around the side here. They're going to die anyway. I mean, there's still a lot of reserves for the English. A pull through, if it's to, won't work, basically. And England's actually making an offensive down here. He's pushed down this hill. He's now killing off archers and spears. I don't know if they want to go too far, to be honest, because there are cav waiting. French chevaliers here, just ready to ride them down. But just playing the long waiting game is probably the best move here for France. Still got more longbows with a decent amount of ammo. They're just shooting these axe sergeants. Yeah, France is just wanting to shoot down these polearms, these billmen before he goes in. The right move. I mean, over here they can do is shoot these polearms with the English. These Swiss polearms here just going to shish kebab the longbowmen. I mean, they've used all their ammo, so I guess this is revenge for the polearms. Like, you longbowmen have killed so many of our brethren. Now we're going to kill you. Yeah, it looks like axe sergeants. I mean, they're just getting shot for free as well, it seems. Let's send them in, or I don't know if you can flank. I don't think you could flank around this tiny little bit here. That's how, like, the margins you can get in some total war games. Just use that tiny little flank there, see if you can flank the polearms. But it actually looks like they're not looking side. They're looking side on now, not front on. I'd go in with the axe sergeants now, or the English foot knight. That'll do as well. Artillery getting a really good hit there onto the. Oh my gosh, it's a beautiful hit onto the English foot knights. We only killed 8 of them, but it just seemed like it just knocked so many of the unit down. It's incredible. That offensive there from the English has been shattered. Toulouse has used his chevaliers. I thought as much. I thought England can't really afford to push down. It's just going to get run down by French knights at the moment. They need to stay on their hill. They're safe up there. This is still, I think, code red for the English. Is this spot here? I think France has got a lot of troops stacked here, crossbows and knights, and also a Roi de France, King of France. I think this area with the archer support, the crossbow support, they can just unlock this if they want to. There's still a longbow unit here. They could do with using that to maybe shoot at the crossbows. I don't know if they have better range. They probably should. And the trebuchet, oh, the trebuchet still has ammo. I take it back. This English trebuchet has a lot of ammo left. They just got it off for some reason. Why did they Because it's getting focused, the trebuchets, so they're like, oh, we just don't want to get shot to pieces, so we just take the decrew it. What would they shoot though? I mean, there's a lot of troops back here that you can shoot, I guess. Oh, it looks like they were trying to shoot a King of France, actually.
The men are running.
That's a bit cheeky. I
Stand
didn't shoot the.
fight, damn you.
Maybe didn't shoot the Duke either, but you shoot something in this area. There's also a lot of cav, like these Burgundian Chevaliers are looking very healthy. They could get shot at. They need removing. England down here still struggling. Please be careful. France doesn't want to pull through again. He's definitely doing it though. Yeah, that's definitely a pull through. This unit's like gone beyond the sword line. The sword line's here somewhere, and the cav, yeah. Again, another pull through. Just desperate to get to the shock infantry here. Didn't even get a great charge into that, so I think that's a fair, just deserve. He didn't deserve to get a good charge. And the cav is actually no, it's still doing okay. The sergeants are winning, but only at the moment, and there's not going to be for long. France has broken through on this side here, and we've got a good division of infantry here. This is three French foot chevaliers now getting ready to come forward. So many angry knights ready to go in and get some kills. What they even got to face? So there's a pole arm waiting for them. That's going to be a tough obstacle, but if they've got ammo, they can easily get rid of it, which they do. They have lots of crossbows here. Numbers wise now, it's looking a little rough for the English. 4,600 against 3,200. There we go. Looks like we're going to see a counter charge here from the English Knights. They're going to go for the foot chevaliers here of Toulouse. The dismounted chevaliers, I should call them. Tough fight, and that's a good target there by the English, taking out those Gizimar, well, the pole arms here of Toulouse, basically, the Gizimarms. Is it Gizamirs? Gizamirs, I think it is, Gizamirs. We're going to have to see some generals getting set in soon, I think, for England. We have the King's Bodyguard here with its glorious red livery ready to go. But they are sending in things like archers now. I'm seeing a lot more pole arms being committed that the English might leave to the last to use. I feel like a lot of choke points are on breaking point. There aren't many reserves lying around for the English at the moment. France just has those reserves, has the extra army.
The unit is running from the enemy. The men are wavering.
Well, I'd say Toulouse is nearly out. I mean, well, maybe not actually. They're just scattered everywhere. There's certainly, I think Burgundy is nearly out. Burgundy just got this massive dismounted chevaliers to throw in one last hole. He's still got the mounted chevaliers, but you can kind of contain cav. It's very easy to contain it, and yeah, I mean they're shooting. It's a good blob to hit. It's the dismounted chevaliers of Burgundy with the trebuchet. It's a good target. Other good targets might be all the big blob of chevaliers that's forming up over here as well. But it actually looks like England might be able to get some rear charges here into these dismounted foot chevaliers. And there's also archers just coming up. The English knights, they could just charge these guys. There's so many archers here that are just asking to be killed. Go in, boys, go in. Oh, and they got counter charged. They said, what happened? I think the micro just failed them. The micro is failing England. I mean, it's kind of all battle stations at the moment, I guess. Maybe he's now getting them. He's going around. That is probably okay. Needs to be careful. He's going to go for a charge here. Wasn't really a charge either. Kind of similar to what the French did a little bit earlier. And those English knights might get caught out and killed here. There's a lot of nobility being killed here. Well, it looks like France is trying to fall back some of his French chevaliers, so maybe he's not happy with the situation of getting flanked. Archers are losing. Maybe England could counter with some infantry, try and push down here. It's probably one of the most one of the better areas for reserves right now. There are still quite a few axe sergeants and some swords here lying around that can be called upon. Still got another axe sergeant here to come up.
Has been destroyed.
Again, I still feel like this is code red here. Oh, that's definitely a pull through. What has Burgundy done here? Okay. I mean, he's pulled through a longbowman unit there and all that entire combat. So yeah, that's kind of screwed. I feel like they were going to win anyway with France and Burgundy. I don't feel like they needed to do that. They're just desperate to get to the trebuchet. They're just like, yeah, we've got to get to that trebuchet. And they just pulled through everything there as well. Okay. France has pulled through all those infantry there just to get to the axe sergeants. I mean, they're just archers and stuff. But come on, man. Gotta respect the rules. See the English king with his crown, surrounded by his bodyguard as he fights off against innumerable odds. General's died. Is this general here? Yeah, this is the King of France, because he's probably pulled through all of these to get over here. So, rightly so, he's died.
Our forces have found their courage. Back to the fight.
I think England is mass routing there a little bit. Oh, no, wait a minute. This is... What? That's Burgundy. Of course, Burgundy's pulled through as well. Burgundy's pulled through the English front knights who are still fighting down here. I was like, oh, England are breaking or retreating. No, it's just Burgundy that's already pulled through, which is kind of crazy. I have a feeling that maybe the replay is slightly bugged. Because I don't know if this much pull through would have happened. Love to see. I'm going to fast forward a little bit now just to see what happens, but I don't think it is. I mean, also, I don't think this replay is fairly new, so I'm not sure. I wouldn't have thought 12.12 has been updated since this replay was coming out, but we'll see. I'll be able to tell if these units here move, because England really needs to move those units here. If it could be just pulling through from a broken replay, which if that's the case, fair enough. Oh, the artillery shots there into that King's bodyguard have pretty much destroyed any hopes of that unit winning. Also hitting their own troops, so be careful with the friendly fire. But maybe they don't care, maybe the French don't care. Yeah, here they go, they're going to bounce out of the Duke's bodyguard, maybe go for some of these longbows. I'm not really sure. England's still fighting down here. There's about, 2,700 against 1,800. I mean, in fairness, the English have kept it fairly close all game. They've been fighting about 1,000-man difference most of the game. They've not really let it slip more than that. There you go, a general has been killed. So I think that might be the English general that was getting shot at earlier. It's in a massive cav fight. Yeah, it's that one there fighting Burgundy.
The men are running. Stand and fight, damn you!
Axe sergeants over here still fighting on. Burgundy is actually wavering quite a lot here, though. He actually is probably going to lose that fight. I don't know which one of the English generals died. Maybe both. I don't know, maybe it hasn't desynced. I'm not really sure.
This is shameful.
I'm really not sure. I mean, I think it has a little bit. Just looking at like where some of the combats are going on, some of it might have desynced slightly. It's just like things like that, like Genoa, like the French Genoese crossbow, just like pulling out of combat. I mean, it can happen, I guess. Players can just kind of just like can do it, but I think he's pulling out of combat to try and use his crossbows, isn't he? Yeah, he's trying to use his crossbows while also being in melee. It's a cheeky move, and I think he's trying to shoot maybe this King's Bodyguard here. No, he's trying to shoot those English foot knights. I don't think that's such a decent move. That's just more of a cheeky, like cheesy move. And actually, England's pulling out of one combat going into another. There's nothing wrong with doing that. You lose men doing it. That's all. There's a general here that I'm surprised isn't just charged into the Spanish Chevaliers. Actually, all the generals are now being pretty inactive. And I think, yeah, it is going to be a decent because there's just far too many units still standing. And we're going to see a timeout in a moment. So that's a shame. We'll see what that says. Yeah, it says a close defeat for Toulouse. They actually probably were going to go on and lose. I guess the English did still hold the city in the version we have. But yeah, we'll end the replay. I think we're not going to get an end screen at all, no. But yeah, this was sent in by Bulk, who was playing as was playing as Toulouse. So thank you very much, Bulk, for sending this one in. I don't know why it desynced. I got all the same mods on that we usually have on, so that is unusual. But yeah, hope you did enjoy, guys. Anyway, if you want to see more 1212 AD action, then do remember to leave a like, subscribe, and comment and all that shenanigans. Feel free to join my Discord if you want to get involved in any sort of scenarios or any battles or streams that we do. We do quite a bit of 1212 on the server, so if you want to ever get involved in some of that, you're more than welcome to. And yeah, maybe check out some of these videos that are now appearing on your screen. Got some epic ones there. They're definitely worth looking at. Until next time, guys, I'll see you then.